I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. I just thought I'd say that for the heck of it. Hey, how tough was last week? You guys, this time a week ago, were getting ready to play a game. You get news 30 minutes later, you're not playing. Um, I know you had to roll with the punch, but do you think that took away from any momentum you guys might have been building, or just what's your take on how you guys have dealt with it headed into Saturday?
I mean, I feel like we dealt with it pretty well. I mean, it's something that's out of our control here, so we can't really do much about it. We just gotta, we have a good week of practice this week and get on Indiana a little early. So we just gotta prepare for Saturday a little early. That's what we did.
Hey, yeah, and one other quick thing, a lot of people expected you to suddenly be Chase Young or Nick Bosa or somebody this year. How would you describe your progress? How are you coming along in terms of getting the job done, et cetera? How would you rate yourself up to this point?
I mean, I'm getting better every day, and that's something that I keep pushing for. And Coach Jay and all the other coaches, they keep being in my ear, but I just get better every day, and everything's gonna fall into place.
Thanks, man.
All righty, we'll go next to Bill Rabinowitz from the Columbus Dispatch. Bill.
Hi, Zach. What are your impressions of the Indiana offensive line?
Yeah, I mean they're a good offensive line. They're a good unit. They're big. They're athletic. The tackles are long, and so we're gonna have a challenge ahead of us getting after them.
All right, we'll go next to Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Hey, Zach, I asked Tyler this yesterday, and I'm going to ask you the same thing. When you guys have this deep rotation, I know there's a lot of talent there, and it allows you guys to stay fresh. But when you're rotating as much as you guys do, is it harder to get into a rhythm out there on the field?
I wouldn't say it's hard to get into a rhythm, but I mean, the rotation is just there to help us. It's only good things, I think, because you know, football's hard. It's tiring. You know, if we're going full speed, you're not going to be able to play the whole game at full speed. It's just not realistic. So, I mean, guys come in and stay fresh and keep us fresh and rotating. By the end of the game, the O-line, they've been in there every single play, and we've only had like 20 plays going into the fourth quarter. We're all still relatively fresh, and that's when we start really picking up speed.
But do you ever have moments out there where maybe you're feeling it, you think you're getting things going for yourself, and all of a sudden you see Tyler or Cooper or Javante or somebody coming to get you, and you're this in the back of your head thinking, no, let me stay out here for a couple more snaps.
I mean,
I'm kind of rolling here.
Yeah, but that's never in the back of my head. It's always like, all right, I set this tackle up with my rushing skills, and now Tyler, Javante, or Cooper, Tyrese going to come in with their skill set, and they're going to, mix it up for this tackle. Because he's used to pass setting against me for this drive, and then it's a whole new passer to coming in. And that's really when big plays happen.
Next.
All right, we'll go next to Dan Hope from 11 Warriors. Dan.
Yeah, Zach, I know that you started a game opposite Coop. I think Tyler Friday started one. I think Javante started one. Just kind of how does Larry Johnson communicate that with you all in terms of, who might be in that starting lineup each game?
I mean, Coach Jay told us he has 5 starting defensive ends. So he said all 5 of us are capable of starting. It's really just who runs out there first is the starter for that week, So he's rotated the guys, everybody except for Coop, because he's the oldest, he's the senior, he's the OG, so he starts all the games, and the rest of us have our chance to start, playing games.
Thanks, Zach.
All right, next up, Austin Ward, Letterman Row. Austin.
Well, Zach, this is a similar question, but there's this idea that maybe you would have played more this year, more snaps, that you'd be this next in line to play a bunch. But everything you're describing sounds like you're happy with it, that it's what you expected, that you don't have any problems with it. Is this what you envisioned for, the first 3 or 4 games?
I mean, yeah, we're 3-0, so that's what I envisioned. It was just winning all the games. So I'm happy with my playing time, with my production, with all the other ends and their playing time, and we're happy to be, like I said, be 3-0.
Thanks, man.
All right, we'll go next to Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch. Joey.
Zach, playing this season without fans at home games, do you feel like you guys lose something by not having fans, either from just like a competitive standpoint, not being able to kind of feed off the crowd energy or that sort of thing, or does it kind of doesn't matter?
I mean, yeah, definitely. Fans being there, it's a huge part of the game. Fans help with momentum and energy, and big plays happen. The fans go crazy, and that's when you really start to roll in. And then not having that this year, we've had to focus on, bringing our own energy. So if somebody makes a sack, the sideline got to go crazy to simulate the energy that the fans would be bringing. But it's also something we can't use as a handicap because every other team doesn't have fans either. So it's not something that we can just be like, oh, well, this happens because there's no fans. It's not an excuse. We still got to go out and execute at a high level.
Does it feel like more of an equalizer, like when you guys went on the road to Penn State, being easier than – although you actually weren't there in the last trip, so maybe I should add.
I would think so. I mean, always playing on the road is tough with fans and them not being there. Definitely had an impact on the game, but I'm not sure how much it affected the outcome of the game. It definitely would have affected the game, though.
Thanks.
All right, we'll go next to Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Road. Spencer.
Zach, yesterday Tyler was talking to us about making Michael Penix uncomfortable and how important that is because he's better when he's a comfortable passer. But he also likes to get the ball out of his hands quickly. How do you make a guy uncomfortable when he's getting the ball out quickly and there's not much time to get pressure on?
I mean, you're not always going to get to the quarterback and get a sack or a hit to get pressure. You can get pressure by getting hands in his face, just getting bodies around him makes quarterbacks uneasy, and that's some of the pressure that we've got to apply all throughout the game. If it's not necessarily getting sacks and hits and other things like that, hurries and tip passes, that affects the quarterback as well.
All right, next up, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com. Nathan?
Zach, what's the most important thing that you've learned from being around Jonathan Cooper?
Just work hard work. And actually, it's not even that. It's a bunch of stuff, Coop's like a big bro. He took me under his wing. He really helped me a lot in every aspect of the game. So really a lot.
What about this season specifically? Like, how is he helping you right now, this week?
I mean, just being critical, critiquing me on my pass rushes and my run fits and all that. He's been like, Zach, we got to do this or that and the other. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll take that and add to my next rep and stuff like that. Just, constantly being on and all the guys, he's like that with everybody. Just making sure that we're on our P's and Q's. And we did the same for him. That's how it is in the D-line room.
All righty, we'll go next to Tony Gerdeman, Buckeye Scoop. Tony?
Zach, I know you guys aren't allowed to hit Justin Fields in practice, but as a pass rusher, can you describe his feel for that pass rush and maybe how frustrating it can be for a defensive end?
I mean, yeah, we wouldn't really know in practice because we can't really get close to him. But, I mean, I see him in games, and you see guys have a free shot. He'll just, step out the way or take a step back and fire a laser down the field, complete to somebody. Justin's a special athlete, and we're happy to have him as a Buckeye.
Thank you.
All right, we got time for one more, and we got no hands raised. So if anyone wants to throw out a little wild card, that's cool. Or we'll let Zach go early, whatever you want. Steven, go ahead.
Hey, Zach, I know you didn't play the last time you weren't on this team yet, but if I'm not mistaken, you were at Penn State the last time Ohio State played at Penn State, correct?
I was, yeah.
So from that, being in the stands and being a part of the whiteout instead of being on the field, what was that situation like for you and that experience, like seeing that from that angle?
It's crazy. I mean, the whiteout was one of the best experiences, I think, in college football. It's just the fact they had 110,000 fans, and it's loud. And it's a fun environment to play in. And I mean, I was looking forward to playing in it, but due to COVID, we weren't allowed to get the full experience of the whiteout. But
Thanks. Tim, if you got a quick one, we'll get you in there and then let Zach go. Tim?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mike. A rare double dip. I wanted to ask you this earlier, Zach. Have you ever gone against a guy who's 6'8", 6'9", 360, 370? I don't know if Caleb Jones is going to play Saturday. I would think he might be. Missed last week's game. But have you warmed up by going against DeJuan Jones, or how have you guys gotten ready to go against this mountain man?
I mean, yeah, I do it every day in practice. DeJuan's 6'9", and I don't even know how much he weighs. He's a big dude just like their tackle. We do it every day in practice. So
and what's the key? What's the key when you're going against a big dude like that? What is kind of you got to keep in mind?
I mean, just the fundamentals, hands, feet, hips. That's what I always say about D-line play. If those are on point, then he really could be any tackle they put in front of you.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
All righty, Zach.